Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rebecca. This week I decided to do a little bit of rock painting and based it around verses around mountains and rocks. The last thing I create, I switched to doing my colouring page style because I wanted more detail than you can get in the size of a rock. Originally I was going to do 3 rocks, but I switched it up this time round and I have more rocks I can paint in the future if this is something you want to see again. I started off with a layer of gesso because rocks can be thirsty and I didn't want to waste the Posca paint. I edited a bit of footage out there because it was a little dark, but basically I'm colouring the rock with my blue Posca. I then went in with the purple for the mountain behind and I drew a wave pattern around the rock with the white and mint colour because I'm illustrating Mark 11 verse 23. Truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be taken up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. I used my Sharpies to letter in the rock, but I found out that this was maybe too long of a verse for this pen, so I had to cut certain parts of the verse out. That's something I would need to consider if I was doing this project again, to either get a finer pen or choose a shorter verse. A finer pen might also struggle with the texture of the rock, but my rocks are quite smooth. I then sealed everything in with a layer of Mod Podge. And there it is. What do you think? This rock, I wanted to keep the stone as the background. I then drew a triangular pattern to symbolise the mountains. I then used the lilac to write God Our Rock, but I didn't think it was showing up well, so I used the dark purple Sharpie as an outline around the letters. I know this isn't a specific verse, but there are so many verses that reference God as rock. I will put a link of a page listing them in the description if it's something you want to study for yourself. Although one of my favourite ones was Psalm 18 verse 1. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my saviour. My God is my rock, in whom I find protection. He is my shield, the power that saves me, and my place of safety. I used the NLT for the reference I just read, and the first verse was ESV. Because it was such a long verse, I looked at different versions to help me try and fit it on the rock. Now I decided to move on to paper for my final design. I wanted to draw a road on a hill leading up to a mountain with a car driving up it. I am illustrating Psalm 61 verse 2 in the New King James Version. From the end of the earth I will cry to you. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. From here, I scanned my image onto my computer and I created a repeat pattern. I went and used my dotted paper to try and help me neaten my letters. That's something I'm really trying to improve upon. I then trace around my letters using my Lightbox and my Micron pen. and scanned it in to layer it over the background. I didn't film me outlining the letters since the backlighting of the lightbox doesn't always film well. But if you've watched me create colouring pages before, you'll be familiar with my process. Oh, and that was a Crayola Super Tips marker I used to letter with. I am using my Copic Chows to colour this in. This was more time consuming to draw than doing a rock would have been, but I just wouldn't have been able to get the detail in that I would have wanted. Although I was able to create it without waiting for the paint to dry on one side of the rock. I'm pretty happy with all the designs I've came up with for this video anyway. Let me know which one was your favourite. I had to pause a few times to refill my markers. I think the colour scheme for this turned out really pretty. I really like this shade of green. I used my warm grey and the barley beige colour blended together for the mountains. I maybe didn't create the exact look I wanted in the blending together, but I'm using cheap printer paper, so perhaps I need to invest in some Bristol paper. I'm still fairly happy with the results. I used some darker browns in the mountain behind. I then coloured in my sun with a Sharpie and used the Posca in the blue for the lettering. Sorry, I seem to have lost some footage there. So these are my finished pieces for the week. What do you think? As always, give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again next week.